Hi Grace, thanks for sending in your video. My name's Andy. I'm going to kind of walk you through your swing here. First thing I notice when you are addressing the ball, it looks like you have, your weight is in a very good spot. It looks like you're very stable. I like to see that. One thing I notice here though is you'll notice that the ball is almost behind your head. It looks like it's kind of down there, but your hands are kind of behind it. Which really puts you in kind of like a neutral spot, if you will. And really, you want the club kind of going down your left arm. Here it looks like it's actually going down your right arm. If I kind of draw a line here, you'll see it's kind of going down that one. And instead, I would actually like to see it kind of start down this left arm and kind of have the club run down here to the ball. This ultimately would then get your hands to move forward. Okay, I'd like to see your hands pushed forward a little bit. I know that you're a softball player, and so it looks like you're taking that approach where you want the power to actually come from your right hand. Something I'm going to share with you is the power in the golf swing really actually is controlled by the left hand. So when you put your left hand down at first, I want you to consider that as kind of your power weapon. Like that's going to take the club back and be able to control how hard you really hit it. And the right hand is going to be more on there as a guidance. They both work together, but let's try to think of the left arm being as your power and your right hand being more of a guidance tool. So let's go ahead and roll your swing here and see as you take it back. It looks like you do a really good job of kind of loading up on your right side. I'd like to see your weight shift a little bit further back. You do a great job of keeping your head very still. You take the club all the way up to parallel. And the only thing I notice here is you can see a lot. It looks like your right hand's really underneath the club or on top of it, which is, kind of tells me that your right hand is taken over. But what you're going to notice here is as you come down, your hands actually return to the spot where I'd like to see them, right there. You see where your hands are at right there? That's almost where I'd like to see them at the address, because that's what the impact position is going to be like. Okay, but since, I'm going to take it back one notch here, since you've started with your hands so far behind it, when your weight transfers, your weight can't transfer enough because it has to wait for your hands to try to catch up. So when you get to the downswing, you're really forcing your hands to try to do all the catching up. Okay? I've got you on here next to a lady named Sandra Gall, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it this way. Nope, I'm going to keep it right where it's at. But what I want you to notice here is just at address, kind of what I was saying about the hands. Notice if I draw a line going down her left arm here, it's straight down to the club. You can see her hands are pressed forward a little bit, where your hands are a little bit behind the ball here. You can see how they're a little bit further back. And I want you to notice as Sandra takes it back, she really loads up. You can see her come off that line. She loads up, and then right here, it's almost as if she's pushing off of a pitcher's mound with her right foot. Watch her weight and her body start to move forward and push into the ball. I'd like to see you do that a little bit more. You do a great job. You can see you lift up your left foot, and you're loading up on that right side. And I would like to see you right here, I would like to see you almost spring forward. I'd like to see your weight shift, a couple inches, and have you kind of work into the ball, almost as if you were pushing off a mound. And just like when you're hitting a softball, you want to be working into the ball. So a few things to work on. I would work on your left hand being a little bit more straighter at address. I would work on your right hand getting a little bit more on top of the club. I'd like to see the two V's going down the club. And then just work on shifting your weight from your right side to your left side. Using some of these tips I think are really going to help you out.